Good evening and welcome to Newsbite. I'm Anne Clarke and making the headlines this week. We speak to the crew from the Execujet private charter plane, first round of the district cleanup competition judged, by-election update, and Damien Bay has your weekly sports results. Execujet operate a fleet of 50 aircraft from South Africa and a worldwide fleet of 250. The Bombardier Challenger jet that the company currently uses for flights to the island carries 8 passengers. Damien Bay spoke to pilot Gareth Gill, who revealed that landing on St Helena is not that bad.
Out of the 4 times I've flown here, the first time we were here, we also did 2 days of testing. And the first day of testing was the day we experienced the wind shear, I think, that everyone's talking about. But if you put it into context, that's 1 day out of 6 days that I've flown here that we've actually experienced it. Which, looking at stats, is not bad. The big thing at the moment is the forecasting. They've upped the game a lot for that. They've now introduced more ground instrumentation to calculate and to record the severity of the winds at the airfield, and they're starting to build the trend line, which is helping the pilots now.
In terms of landing at our airport, Captain Gill is the most experienced pilot, having landed at the airport 6 times. He countered the comments made by pilots in Lord Ashcroft's article on wind shear in June with this statement.
The biggest thing in aviation is safety.
Yeah. And
for when we fly to places that we haven't been to before, there's always a bit of apprehension. Yeah. We obviously, all pilots would do a lot of research. There's manuals that we go into the different areas that we can look up for different regions of the world to see what their weather conditions are like, operating procedures, etc. I think there's been a lot of political input into all of it as well. I don't want to get involved in that, but it seems like there's a lot of that in there as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they did fly out here for whatever reason and they experienced the conditions that we've been experiencing for most of the time, they would realize it's not what they are thinking perhaps.
Yeah.
So it's I can't say what they were thinking or why, but it's not that bad.
The first of 3 rounds of judging the St Helena Island cleanup competition started on Saturday the 30th of July. Some districts who started early in the time period proudly presented before and after pictures. Others recently involved were able to show intentions, albeit there is some catching up to do. Criteria for judging best kept district and a minimum of 2 best kept areas have been set, with points being awarded at each visit and totaled after the last. Volunteers intend for prize money to be used for continued maintenance. The competition has brought together young and not so young, with a common aim, pride in their district. In the end, they are all winners. The judging panel is being led by Governor Lisa Phillips and supported by Vincent March, Stuart Moores, Brenda Stevens, Ferdy Gunnell, Priscilla Joshua, Shayla Alec and Paul Cherrett, who represent their respective districts but will not be scoring their own. Deciding winners will be anything but easy. St Helena will be going to the polls again in September to choose another councillor. A by-election was called after Nigel Dollery resigned his seat on Ledgco in early July. Mr. Dollery had said that he would relinquish his seat when he reached his 70th birthday on the 1st of July this year and was true to his word. He said he would like to see somebody younger in the post and someone who has not been on council before. Anyone wanting to stand in the by-election will need to submit their nomination by the 24th of August. But it won't be a long-term job, as the new councillor will need to fight to retain their seat in the next general election in July next year. Now sport. Francis Plain played host to another round of football fixtures, and Lawson Henry found form at Longwood Golf Club. Damien Bay gives us a quick roundup of the sports results.
The majority of teams contested second round fixtures in football on the weekend. League leaders Chop Shop Boys smashed out yet another win to maintain their position on top of the table. They scored 4 unanswered goals against Fuji's. Man of the match Chris Owen scored a brace and other goals came from Alonso Henry and Kevin Hudson. In the second fixture of the weekend, Clayton Thomas and Mikey Williams scored twice each as defending champs Hearts were 5-0 winners against Crusaders. The fifth goal was unfortunately an own goal. Axis and Wolves shared the points in a 1-1 draw before Rovers won in a rescheduled match against Hotshots. Rico Benjamin netted a hat-trick and Clayton Benjamin a brace as Rovers picked up a comfortable 5-1 victory. CJ Thomas netted the consolation goal for Hotshots. Alex Langham bagged a hat-trick in Bellboy's 5-0 victory over Refugees. Damian Stevens and Tyler Brady joined him on the score sheet.
Come on, Refugees. Come on, Claudia.
Ladies took a break from volleyball, but Lawson Henry hit fine form at Longwood Golf Club. In Sunday's monthly medal sponsored by KJ, Lawson stroked his way to an impressive net round of 65 to take first place honours. His gross score of 70 was also the best. Gavin Crowey finished second with a net score of 67.
Well, that brings us to the end of this week's Newsbite. Please tune in again next week for more. I'm Anne Clarke and thank you all for watching.